Enjoy mint all year round with this simple method. Hi everyone, it's Tracy here. If you've ever bought a large bunch of fresh mint and didn't know how to use it before it wilted today, I'll show you an easy way to turn it into fragrant homemade mint powder that's convenient, economical, and perfect for everyday meals. I tried it and succeeded on the very first attempt. Come into the kitchen and make it with me. For the mint powder to keep a beautiful green color and a fresh natural aroma, choosing the right mint from the beginning is very important. Try to pick bunches with bright green leaves that still look fresh and lively. The leaves should not be bruised yellow or covered with too many dark spots. When you hold the mint close, it should have a cool, refreshing smell that feels clean and natural. If the mint already feels soft, slimy, or has a strange smell, it is better not to use it. Once dried, that unpleasant smell usually becomes even stronger and the powder will not taste or smell as good. Now let's prepare the mint. Separate each sprig gently with your hands. As you sort through it, remove any yellow leaves, insect-damaged leaves, bruised parts or stems that feel too thick and tough. The softer and fresher leaves will give you a much nicer mint powder in the end. By the way, which country are you watching from? I would really love to connect with everyone from all around the world. So leave a hello in the comments below. With the young mint sprigs, you can keep both the soft tips and the leaves if you want. But if you want your mint powder to have a fresher green color and a smoother texture, I recommend mainly using the leaves. Now it's time to wash the mint. Place everything into a large bowl of clean water and gently move the leaves around with your hands. Try not to rub or squeeze them too hard, because mint leaves bruise very easily and damaged leaves can turn darker after drying. If you want to clean the mint more thoroughly, you can add a little salt to the water. Soak the mint for about 3 to 5 minutes, then rinse it again with clean water. Do not soak it for too long because mint can quickly lose its fresh fragrance when soaked in water. After washing, the most important step is drying the mint very thoroughly. First, let it drain in a colander. Then gently pat the leaves dry with paper towels. Make sure to absorb as much remaining water from the leaves as possible. If the leaves still contain too much moisture, they can steam inside the air. Fry or turn darker in color, lose their fragrance, and become harder to store properly later on. Now it's time to dry the mint in the air fryer. First, line the bottom of the air fryer basket with a sheet of parchment paper or a piece of foil with a few small holes poked in it. This helps keep the mint from falling through while still allowing the hot air to circulate well. Next, spread the mint leaves out into a thin layer. Try not to put too much mint into the basket at the same time. If the layer is too thick, the leaves on the outside may dry first, while the leaves underneath still remain damp. If you have a large amount of mint, it is better to dry it in several small batches. This takes a little extra time, but the results are usually much better and more even. Set the air fryer to a low temperature around 175 to 195 degrees Fahrenheit, about 79 to 90 degrees Celsius. Dry the mint for the first round for about 15 to 20 minutes. Halfway through the time, open the basket and gently turn the leaves once again. Continue drying for another 10 minutes so the leaves become completely dry. After drying for enough time, take the leaves out and check them. If they crumble easily in your hands, they have reached the perfect level of dryness. If some leaves are still soft, dry those separately, so the leaves that are already dry do not burn. Then spread them out on a plate and let them cool completely before grinding them into powder. This helps any remaining moisture evaporate and makes the leaves crispier and easier to grind. Next, place Small amounts of dried mint into the grinder at a time. Try not to overfill it because the powder may not grind evenly. For the best texture, grind the mint in short bursts. Blend for a few seconds, then stop, and gently shake the grinder before blending again. Repeat this process a few times. This simple method helps the mint powder become finer and more even. It also keeps the grinder from getting too hot, which is very important because too much heat can reduce the fresh natural aroma of the mint. After grinding, you can use a fine sieve to separate the mint powder. The superfine mint powder is perfect for making tea or mixing into drinks because it dissolves more easily and gives a smoother texture. The slightly coarser pieces are still wonderful for salads, yogurt-roasted vegetables, or baked dishes. In fact, slightly coarse mint powder often keeps a more natural texture and a fresher aroma. For storage, place the mint powder into a clean, dry glass jar with a tight-fitting lid. Store the jar in a cool, dry place away from direct sunlight, steam, and high heat from the stove. For the best flavor and fragrance, it is best to make a moderate amount and use the mint powder within 1 to 3 months, and you can make it again many times to enjoy it all year round. I also recommend using a dry, clean spoon and avoiding letting steam or moisture get inside the jar. Mint powder is very easy to use in everyday meals and drinks. One of the simplest ways is making a warm cup of mint tea. Just add a small amount of mint powder to hot water, stir well. And if you like, you can add a little honey or a squeeze of fresh lemon for extra flavor. You can also sprinkle a little mint powder over yogurt smoothies or freshly cut fruit. It tastes especially refreshing with watermelon, strawberries, oranges, and apples. Even a small amount can make fruit feel lighter, fresher, and more enjoyable. If you enjoy salads, try adding a little mint powder to cucumber salad, tomato salad, green salads, or even Mediterranean-style salads. The mint gives everything a fresh and pleasant aroma without overpowering the other ingredients. Sometimes you only need a small pinch to make an everyday dish feel more special, cool, and refreshing, especially during warm weather or after a heavy meal. And that's how you can turn fresh mint into simple homemade mint powder that stays fragrant and usable for months. By doing it this way, you will always have fresh mint flavor ready for tea drinks and everyday meals. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more simple and practical kitchen ideas. See you again in the next video.